We had previously released another video about famous exhumations. The feedback that you all gave was great, and some of that feedback and some of those suggestions actually made it into this video. I appreciate that, so please, if you have any other suggestions that you want included in a future video, just leave me a comment below. Please subscribe and join for other videos like this, including cemetery visits and famous grave videos. Now, let's get to the list. Elvis Presley. Now, originally, Elvis was buried in Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis. One night, Vernon Presley, Elvis's father, received a notice that his son's crypt was about to be robbed. To prevent this, the body would be brought back to Graceland to a safer environment. I would actually love to make a longer form video of this because there are many accusations of bribery and some under-the-table dealings involved in this. Elvis Presley currently rests in the garden area of his home, Graceland. Most people who have the slightest interest in history have known or have at least heard of Grant's tomb. His funeral and gravesite service was massive, and it was said that over 1 million people attended. 1 million, just think about that. He would be placed in a temporary tomb while his massive and ornate tomb was built. His final remains would be transferred there some 12 years later upon its completion. A surrealist painter and one of the most popular in history was at the center of a high-profile paternity case some 3 decades after his death. Salvador Dali designed a museum as a tribute to his life and art, and he was once again laid to rest beneath that museum. So after the DNA tests were performed, it was determined that he was not the father. It was also said that his trademark mustache was still intact. John Scott Harrison was the only man in history that was both the son of and the father of a U.S. president, and after his death he was the victim of an unfortunate common practice for his day. His body was snatched. The bodies were being stolen for use in medical colleges to study anatomy. This was discovered when it was discovered that the body of a man previously buried in the same cemetery was stolen. So when one of John Scott Harrison's sons went to Cincinnati to look for the other body, unbelievably, he found the body of his own father hanging by a rope in a chute. He would be interred in the tomb of his father, President William Henry Harrison. Next on our list, Santa Claus. You heard me right, Santa Claus. Okay, let's narrow this down and be a little more specific. The spirit of Santa Claus can exist however you choose to interpret it. We are going to focus on the Greek bishop, Saint Nicholas. He died somewhere around 343 AD, so yeah, a long time ago. Some Christian traditions of the day would see the bones of saints divided, so Saint Nick has several final resting places, so to speak. It is said that during the Crusades, that some of his exhumed bones made their way to Italy. Beethoven was one of the greatest musical composers in history. He was renowned for his talent, but perhaps lesser known as some of his health and personal struggles. He passed in 1827 and is currently buried in Central Cemetery in Austria, but not before his body traveled a bit. He was originally buried in a different location, exhumed in 1863 when his grave needed repairs. When that cemetery closed, he was moved again. He now rests near other great composers. Geronimo has one of the most mysterious and tragic final resting places stories of all time. He died while in prison in 1909. The next part of this story is the part filled with controversy and the unknown. Geronimo's skull was apparently stolen. The strong, persistent rumor states that it was stolen by the Skull and Bones Secret Society from Yale University and stored in their secret clubhouse. Some experts cast some serious doubts on the claim, while others say it's true. Again, in reading this story may be another one that I do a longer video on. The mystery is unsolved. Bonnie and Clyde. Most of us have heard their story. Bonnie Parker has become an American folk figure. Her and her partner Clyde would commit robberies throughout the Southwest between 1931 and 1934, captivating the public. They were eventually killed in a hell of gunfire when their car was ambushed by law enforcement. Bonnie Parker was originally buried in Fish Trap Cemetery in West Dallas, but was moved to Crown Hill because of vandalism. If you all know of anyone else not included in part 1 or part 2 of this series that I need to cover, let me know. Please subscribe for more videos such as this. Another video of mine will be on the screen soon. It is my hopes that you will watch it. Once again, thank you for watching. I will see you again soon.